Hello, I'm Ayako Sekiguchi from Wellness Kitchen, and today I'm here. It's good for your wallet and delicious too. Bean sprouts may seem lacking in nutrition, but they're actually packed with healthy nutrients and are a convenient vegetable. Today, let's make something delicious with them. This time, I'd like to introduce a recipe that's good for your bone health. In this video, I'll talk about the different types of bean sprouts, their unique characteristics, and especially some tips for strengthening your bones. When you think of bones, you probably think of calcium, but it's not something you can just suddenly get enough of in a day. It's not that simple. It's really important to be mindful and build up your bone health little by little every day. After menopause, women are at a higher risk for things like osteoporosis, so it's important to pay attention to your bone health until the very end. I'm going to talk about the different types of beans and how to eat them. The most common type of bean is this one. Bean sprouts are also beans. They are vegetables made by sprouting beans as the raw ingredient. Among them, there is also a type called black bean sprouts, which are sometimes referred to as black map. Looking at them, the bean sprouts are thicker and more plump, while the black bean sprouts are slender and have a crunchy texture. There is a difference in texture. Sprouted vegetables are made by causing a chemical reaction when sprouting the raw ingredients, which creates new nutrients that weren't present in the original ingredients, such as increased vitamin content. Yet they break down proteins and sugars, making them easier to digest and absorb, so they're quite similar to fermented foods. Sprouting is a mysterious and fascinating reaction. For example, some types of sprouts produce vitamin 100, which wasn't present in the original seed, and that's a major characteristic. As I mentioned earlier, during the sprouting process, various nutrients are created and released. Vitamin group, vitamin 100, calcium, potassium, magnesium. One of the characteristics is that it contains a wide variety of trace nutrients. It is rich in amino acids that boost energy efficiency, such as asparagine acid, which is the origin of its name. It contains more asparagine than asparagus. Lysine promotes metabolism, helps eliminate harmful ammonia, and helps calcium and magnesium stay in the body. It converts lactic acid, which is a cause of fatigue from exercise, into energy. It also has other functions, and among the vegetables, there are some that are considered wild vegetables. These wild vegetables are sprouted from grains used as raw materials. There are also different types of bean sprouts, such as small bean sprouts made from small beans, and the type can change depending on the size of the beans used. There are various types of wild vegetables, such as red and black wild vegetables, but in fact, these wild vegetables contain more than twice as many different nutrients as regular wild vegetables. Also, since they are made from grains as raw materials, they are rich in protein and isoflavones, and they also contain many nutrients derived from grains. So these wild vegetables are actually very nutrient-rich wild vegetables. Please try using them in your cooking and see the difference. This time, I would like to introduce a recipe that is good for bone health, so I hope you will try making it with this combination. With just these 3 simple ingredients, you can make a delicious dish that's also gentle on your body. Recipes matter, but aligning them with your body's rhythm is also crucial. Learning about eating habits that enhance your body's natural functions and adopting a lifestyle that supports them will deepen your understanding of healthy eating. This will help you stay healthy and improve your body's performance. Every day, I will share small lessons with you. So, I hope you enjoy the changes in your mind and body. For those who want to learn more about their bodies, food, and nutrition, let's meet at Eijingukia University in a year as your new self. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. These are mixed cheese, 3.5 ounces. In these 3.5 ounces of cheese, there are 8 milligrams of calcium. 800 is actually a lot. The recommended daily intake of calcium for adults is about 600 to 700 milligrams. So with just 3.5 ounces of this cheese, you can get even more than that. That's what's so great about cheese. Cheese is a fermented food made with lactic acid bacteria, so the proteins are broken down into amino acids and peptides, making it easier to digest and absorb. All of this is contained in cheese. Calcium in cheese is in the form of casein micelles, which makes it very easy to absorb, and that's one of its special features. Also, cheese contains something called casein phosphopeptide, which helps with calcium absorption. So cheese is a very efficient way to get calcium, but since it contains a lot, it's not good to eat too much, so please be careful. For optimal results, consume about 6 pieces of cheese per day, spread out and eaten one at a time. It's also a good source of calcium, and that's another important point. It's seaweed. When you think of seaweed, you might imagine that it's just something from the sea with a lot of dietary fiber, but actually, seaweed contains vitamins like vitamin B and vitamin E and even vitamin 100. So, it's really good for you. Seaweed is also rich in protein. You might not expect seaweed to have protein and vitamin 100, but it's actually a really excellent food. I hope you'll make good use of seaweed as an ingredient that's close at hand. So what kind of dishes are good when you combine these 3 special ingredients? Let's find out together. 100 algium is also absorbed well by the body, but to build even stronger bones, it's important to take protein and vitamin 100 together. That's a key point. So, I encourage you to try the great combination of seaweed and cheese. Now, let's get started and make something delicious together. Don't use any oil. Put the bean sprouts straight into the frying pan just as they are. You don't even need to wash them. Many packages say you can use them without washing, so it's really convenient. Just check the package to make sure, and if it says it's okay not to wash, you can use them as is. It makes things so much easier, doesn't it? Next, we'll add the cheese. You can just put the cheese right on top, and that's totally fine. Just leave it as is. Just let it sit until everything is heated through. Use medium heat while cooking. As for the seaweed, you can add as much as you like, depending on your taste. There's no specific amount, just go by how you feel. Tear up the seaweed and eat it, so cut it into pieces as you like and set it aside in the frying pan. Once it's warmed up, mix everything together. When the cheese melts, it becomes smooth and the ingredients come together nicely. So try to shape it into a round form like this, as if you're gently gathering everything together. It's okay if it's not perfect. Some liquid will come out, so at this stage, lightly sprinkle some potato starch over it. Once the cheese has melted nicely and everything is cooked through, it's done. If you want to give the cheese a little bit of a grilled color, just open the lid and let it cook for a bit longer. When the cheese gets a little fragrant and browned, it becomes even more delicious, you know? Gently flip it over to let the heat go through the whole thing, and that's it. Then turn off the heat.
Please enjoy it while it's still hot.
I'd like to try tasting the cheese and the seaweed together. Excuse me for eating while standing. Cheese and seaweed make a delicious combination that everyone should try. It's so tasty it could be served as a main dish. So it's really crisp and the texture is nice and crunchy. The rich flavor of the cheese and the aroma of the seaweed come together perfectly, making it taste absolutely delicious. Even if you don't drizzle any extra oil on top, it's still amazing. You can just eat it as is. And it's also great as a snack with drinks. It's fantastic. Even piggy eater kids loved it and ate it instead of their usual sides. It's a simple recipe, but since cheese is the main ingredient, even if you use just cheese, it still feels satisfying and filling. It's inexpensive and delicious, so that's great, isn't it? With just 3 ingredients, you can make this really easily, and it turns out to be an exceptional dish, so I hope you'll definitely give it a try. This time I'm using bean sprouts to make it even healthier. Since this is a recipe, I'll also introduce some tips and tricks. If I just introduced the recipe, it would be over in a minute. But I think it's important to really understand the reasons and meanings behind each ingredient and how they affect your body or what they're good for. So please listen with that in mind. If you find any of the stories or tips from my long experience helpful, I'd be happy. It's also budget friendly and very versatile, so you can use it for various vegetable stir fries or side dishes, not just the one I'm introducing today. Enjoy various recipes too. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again in another video. Thank you very much for watching.